Thank you, Coach. Juniors, we're going to do the same thing. If you could, we're not going to do numerical order, so we're going to have to kind of work that out once the coaches get up here. So if I can have my juniors down in the on-deck circle and pull yourselves together, gentlemen. Thank you. We're going to bring up for our junior introductions, we're going to bring up our assistant coaches, Coach Bollenbacher, Coach Z, Coach Tom Legando, Coach Paul Ward, and Coach Brett Callahan. Gentlemen, come on up and we'll start the junior introductions.
Can't really stand in front of this microphone without saying one thing to this senior class. What a wonderful group of young men you've been. And you know, I think way back in our leadership camps, and even back at run and shoot camps, we always talked to you about the mirror test. You know, where you can fool your parents, you can fool your coaches, you can fool your teachers, but you can never fool that man in the mirror. And I think when you guys look back at your senior year and everything you've done, gentlemen, you'll be able to look in that mirror. You're very proud of yourself. I know we coaches are. So congratulations. Beautiful group of guys. All right, juniors. Our first one up today, Mason Carmen. Mason's a wide receiver and an H-back. H-back is sort of a hybrid linebacker, defensive back. One of the most improved players on the team this year. The difference between the sophomore year and junior year has been very, very impressive. He has learned how to work hard, and the results have been extremely impressive again. Mason has great hands, runs good routes on offense. On defense and special teams, Mason has shown excellent instincts, and he is definitely not afraid of contact. If you looked at him last year, we wondered if the contact thing would come. Boy, in 1 year, man, it came, and it came great. I have no doubt that if Mason continues to work hard, he will compete for significant playing time next year. Mason Carmen. Matt Dewey. See, Matt's not that big, but he's a pretty tough kid. Like Mason, Matt's improvement from last year has been very impressive. From day one this year, Matt has competed for a starting position, both on offense, defense, and on many of our special teams. He was one of our leading receivers, both in receptions, yardage, number of plays, and finished with a receiver grade just under 1, which is very, very good. Matt did a great job fielding and returning punts. On defense, Matt was very valuable to us playing both field and boundary corner. He has great instincts for defending passes. He has great instincts for the ball. Another year of hard work. We're looking for great things from Matt next year. Matt Dewey. Sean Irons. Like Mason, Sean's improvement between the sophomore and junior year has been really a thing of beauty. This kid works hard, whether it's down in Nickel Plate Beach in the weight room or in the football field. Every single day he comes and he works hard. Sean always gives it all. This year his greatest value was his tremendous effort on scout teams. He was not always the first one. He was always one of the first ones to jump in against the starters, and if you've ever played football, you know going against the starters is not an easy chore. Sean never backs down, always keeps going out there. I can remember one time we moved him into linebacker, and he had all the boys, Malian boys coming down on him, and just kept coming in, then we moved him to defensive end, then we moved him to his position, which is H-back. This kid, if he can continue to work hard, continue to work in the weight room, get bigger, he's going to be a good one. Sean Irons. Tyler Green. Ty's a wide receiver, cornerback, and also an H-back. He did a little bit of everything for us. Like Matt Dewey, Ty was a jack of all trades this year. Played wide receiver, returned kickoffs, returned punts, was on the kickoff team, backed up Nick Mix at our H position, and he backed up both of our corners, and he had a tremendous run during the playoffs when Eric Weir got hurt, and he had to go out there and he filled in beautifully. Only a dedicated and focused athlete could do all these things at such a high level. Ty was also one of our top 8 receivers that participated in at least over 220 plays this year and finished with a receiver grade just under 1. I have no doubt that with Ty's work ethic, we can expect an even better display of great football next year. Ty Green. Eric Weir. Eric played wide receiver, quarterback, and cornerback. Despite coming off knee surgery from last year, we had high expectations for Eric this coming football season. He certainly didn't disappoint. Like Matt and Tyler, Eric contributed many positions this year. He had to prepare to be Cody's backup while working extra to master the starting wide receiver position, which he did very well. He was one of our big play threats and one of our best blockers as a wide receiver. He participated in over 200 offensive plays at wide receiver and was one of our leading receivers in catches and in yards gained. He had a great year returning punts and kickoffs. I didn't check. I think he ran back 2 or 3 for touchdowns, and they were very exciting. And he had a real good knack for with Matt for catching the ball when under duress. In addition, Eric became a great field corner for us on defense. The field is to the wide side, the boundaries to the short side. Most people like to attack the wide side, and so sometimes we put our faster kids over there. Eric did a tremendous job this year. Like the other juniors, I expect Eric to work hard preparing for next year, especially developing his leadership skills, because he's got the rest of the skills necessary to be a great one. Next year, Eric, we're looking forward to another great year. Nick Ernst. Nick's also a wide receiver and a cornerback. Like the other juniors, Nick worked very hard to reach his potential. In the weight room at Nickel Plate Beach, Nick did a great job of leading his class in both attendance and effort. He improved tremendously from his sophomore year and was competing extremely well through 3 days when he suffered an injury to his hip. Took him a couple of weeks to get back to practice and was obviously behind because of the injury. To his credit, he never complained, and when he resumed practice, he immediately jumped into the scout team. I remember not too long ago him catching touchdown passes in our 7-on-7 drills versus the varsity. And he sort of ticked me off a little bit when he did it, but like his brother before him, Nick is heady and tough, and I expect him to contribute to improve, continue to improve, and have no doubt that he'll be a major contributor next year. Nick Ernst.
Thanks, Coach Bo. And again, just like Coach Bo said, I'd like to, before we start here, I'd just like to thank you, seniors, for everything that you've done for our football program. And I just want to tell you, it was a real honor, a real pleasure to be one of your coaches. And again, thank you so much for everything. First personality top up, Jeff Willow. Jeff was an offensive lineman, defensive end for us this year. And I think one of the terms here is that being selfless is a key component for team success at any level. Jeff Moore, this past 2013 football season, exemplified what a selfless team player is all about. You got to see, during the preseason, this young man came to Coach Legando and asked about any way he could help, anything he could do to help the team. If that meant moving to a different position or positions that he had previously played. The move this young man made was the offensive and defensive lines and helped us develop depth in a number of positions. Not an easy move, especially when you're used to running the football. And this young man was a very integral part of our defense and played hard-nosed and did a great job for us this year. In making this transition, he gained a great respect from his teammates and coaches alike with hard work, dedication to the meaning of team player. He knows and understands the importance of leading by example, and through this he became a very significant contributor to the Tigers on defense, offense, and as well as special teams. Strengths, leadership, as I stated just before, for that young man to make that kind of move, you got to be very proud of him. Quickness, hard-nosed player, became a very good pass rusher. Great work ethic, practiced every day, made himself a very good end. Went every day, went over. It wasn't an easy move to go from a linebacker to a down position, but he went over against our #1 defense all the time and just made himself a better football player. I really look forward to working with this young man in his return next year. He will play an integral part again in all phases of the game. He will be looked upon to provide his leadership and team-first approach with the Tigers in the 2014 football season. Number 60, Jeff Moore. Next young man I'd like to step up would be Tommy Bauer. Fullback, inside linebacker. Very competitive young man who knows and continues a strong family tradition through the Huron football program. This young man knows and understands the responsibility of being a Huron football legacy by his commitment to hard work, self-discipline, and above all, the importance of leadership. Tough, physical, hard-nosed player who has gained the respect of his teammates and his coaches alike with his play and strong work ethic. He accepts the challenges and knows the importance of the Huron tradition and those who have played before him. Plays the game one way, the Huron way. During the past 2013 football season, Tommy was one of our leaders on defense and also played an integral part for the Tigers on both offense and special teams. Has big playability on both sides of the football. Strengths, leadership, leads by example, both on and off the field. Great work ethic, hustles every play, very dependable. Physical, hard-nosed player, student of the game. Impact player, always around the football. He'll be looked upon again in 2014 to continue the legacy of strong leadership and upholding the traditions of Huron football. Number 35, Tommy Bauer. Denzel Harris, fullback, defensive end. Very versatile young man who week in and week out this past 2013 season accepted every challenge with a tough competitive edge, which gained him respect from teammates and coaches alike. Denzel's a real competitor through and through and plays the game with great intensity and self-discipline, and whose assets are quickness, speed, and the ability to make a big play. One thing this young man does, he leads by example. Always has the motor running on the practice field. Never takes a play off whether practice or game situation. Accepts the challenge head on. Played tough for the Tigers at defensive end and was also a significant contributor for the Tigers offensively at fullback and was a leader on special teams. Strength, leadership, great practice, work ethic, athleticism, good speed and quickness. Student of the game. Has the ability to be an impact player. Looking towards the upcoming football season, this young man will be looked upon to provide the team, the Tigers again, with that same competitive work ethic and solid team leadership. Again, number 34, D'Angelo. Dylan Adams, offensive lineman, defensive end. Successful football programs are built on strong foundations that young men such as Dylan Adams provide. This young man knows the importance and tradition of strong offensive line play for the Tigers and has accepted that challenge and its responsibilities. Through his hard work and dependability, he helped play an important part of the Tigers' success this past 2013 season on both offense and the defensive side of the ball. Because of his versatility and steady performance, Dylan was able to step in and play multiple positions, especially offensive. By being able to do this, he had the ability to provide us with depth at numerous positions, which is very essential to any team's success. Real team player, not a rah-rah guy, but leads by example, by doing what's best for the team. Also a contributor with special teams. Strengths, versatile offensive lineman, can play multiple down positions. Hard worker, very conscientious to technique and fundamentals of the game. Athleticism, very mobile, runs well. Team player, leads by example. In 2014, Tigers again will look at the young man to provide them with not only strong traditional line play, but the responsibility of leadership that goes along with it. Number 62, John Mann. Next up, Coach Malcolm Gander.
Thank you, Coach Z. I'd like to also congratulate the seniors on really a fun year for me. I've coached for 21 years. This is by far the funnest year I've had. Very fun. The entire team, especially you seniors, I just enjoyed the heck out of the year. So thank you so much. Really carried on the football class. Thank you for allowing Drew and myself to be a part of your successes this season and your experience at home. Good luck the rest of your senior year, whatever you do after this. Just a bit of advice. Don't listen to anyone who tells you you can't do something. First player I'd like to bring up is number 3, Nick Stauffer. During the season, Nick had a 3.7 GPA. Overall, he has a 3.4. Played wide receiver, played strong safety, played multiple positions on our special teams. Nick's strengths are his competitive spirit. He loves to compete. He has excellent ball skills, both offensively and defensively. He's mastered offensive pass interference without getting caught. He is just fearless going after the ball once it's in the air, and he's really improved this year being a student of the game. Where Nick needs to improve is in his physical strength and power through dedication to the off-season programs and in understanding our overall offensive and defensive schemes. Number 3, Nick Stauffer. Number 5, Adam Swerve. In-season GPA 3.5. Overall GPA 3.4. Adam is Mr. Versatility. Played quarterback, wide receiver. He was our long snapper for our punt team. Played strong safety, played free safety. Did surgery in the offseason. This guy does everything. I'm not sure Coach Z could maybe verify this, but we did not have one bad snap for our punt team. Is that correct, Coach Z? I don't think we've ever had a year where we did not have one bad snap. For anyone that's tried to snap the ball 13 yards between your legs, bent over, it's very difficult to do. So, when you line up to punt the ball, everybody gets nervous about the snap. We were never nervous. Is anybody out there nervous? I was never nervous once with Adam snapping the ball. Adam's strengths are he's just a very smooth athlete. He's very athletic. In fact, as coaches, we would often wonder if he was working at his maximum potential. He was giving 100% effort. And I think it's just that he's a very smooth athlete. He does not waste any motion at all. He's very versatile. He's very unselfish. He can do whatever we ask him to do. He has a great understanding of the overall offensive and defensive schemes. And his best attribute is he's just calm under pressure. I've never seen anybody like him who's just so calm under pressure. It's really unique. And on top of that, he's very physical. Being as slight as built as he is, he's a very physical. Where he needs to improve is in his leadership, his physical strength and power, speed, through dedication, and the off-season program. Number 5, Adam Smith. Overall GPA 4.0. John plays wide receiver, and in the beginning of the year he's at cornerback, and we moved him midway through the year to strong safety. Safety position is the most difficult position on defense mentally. And knowing that he had a 4-point, we thought he could make the transition pretty easy, and boy did he ever. He contributed in all phases on our JV squad and on our scout team. His strengths, obviously, his intelligence. He was able to grasp, move from cornerback to safety, which is very difficult, very quickly. He's a quick study. He's very unselfish. He's a consummate team player. On top of that, he drives a very cool car. Where John needs to improve is in his strength, quickness, and agility. Number 13, John Bob. Number 25, Austin Campbell. In-season GPA 4.0. Overall GPA 4.0. Austin played wide receiver, free safety, strong safety, and played on most of our special teams. Austin's strengths, he is a student of the game. He has a great understanding of our offense and defensive schemes. He's always in the right place. He's very quick. And he's this year's pound-for-pound player for me. Pound for pound, he's the best hitter we have. He weighs maybe 127 pounds, dripping wet with all his gear on. He's 5 foot nothing. Where Austin needs to improve is simply in his confidence, particularly his confidence in his ball skills. Number 25, Austin. I would be remiss if I did not compliment the parents of these 4 young men. They're respectful, they're very gracious, they care about their teammates, and they're very hardworking. They're a perfect example of what student athletes are all about. I'm proud to be one of their coaches.
Friday night after Friday night, we all saw the effort of a lot of hours of hard work of all these young men and young women. I speak of both the football team and the cheerleaders. We saw young people performing as a team to the best of their ability. We saw the evidence of a program that at its core endeavors to create an educational environment where these young people can learn about life lessons. One Friday night after another, regardless of the result, you all made us all very proud. And while you earned 3 Saturday night playoff games, it was on a Thursday night that your community was moved with emotion by your effort. Football players and cheerleaders, the maturity and the dignity you displayed when you dedicated the Huron Fallen Heroes Memorial will never be forgotten. We hope you cherish your certificate of participation, your commemorative flag lapel pin, and most importantly, experience a great sense of pride in yourselves. Good job. Number 57, Joe Asbury. Joe's junior football season was very productive. The season began with Joe playing like a typical sophomore, but finished showing signs of senior leadership with his improved work ethic on the practice field. He has always enjoyed the physical nature of football, which will serve him well as a senior. Continued improvements in the area of proper technique and an increased level of self-control on the game field are other areas that will be part of Joe's formula for success. Offensive guard, defensive nose, number 57, junior Joe Asbury. 52, Carl Bates. As you can see, Carl has a big frame. Any offensive line coach loves to see him walk into a room any day. Last winter, all discussions about this year's offensive line included Carl and his ability to play at the varsity level after missing most of his sophomore season. Carl did not fail to deliver. He handled the transition from tackle to guard without effort, and his commitment to excellent technique is part of what makes him an excellent leader. That leadership is what will be Carl's greatest contribution to the success of the 2014 Huron Tigers. Your senior leadership can begin making its mark in about a month. Offensive guard, defensive tackle, number 52, junior, Carl Bates. Number 51, Alex Martin. Alex was challenged with having to overcome preseason surgery, also knowing 2 positions on offense, a new position on defense, and then a new in-season injury that requires surgery. Alex, sometimes your coaches, including me, are pretty tough on you as you battle through all those challenges. Now that the dust has settled on this season, you can be proud of your efforts because you did a great job. Coaching staff believes in you. Get healed quickly so we can go to work on a great 2014. Number 51, junior, Alex Martin. Number 54, Noah Norcross. Noah, like many young people, had a bit of indecisiveness about his commitment to football last summer. Despite the ups and downs of staying healthy, competing for varsity playing time, and being a bit undersized for his position, he came to practice every day as a good student of the game, reflective of his high classroom achievements. I am personally very glad that he made the decision to play. Guys like Noah are good for Huron football, and Huron football is good for guys like Noah. Success in your senior season will require you to commit to the team this July, before July. Number 54, offensive guard and linebacker on defense, junior Noah Norcross. And now my friend and coaching colleague, Brett Colahan.
I too would like to thank the seniors for a great season for us. And we had a great time coaching. I mean, such a great time. And for our little guy over there who's a real huge Tiger fan. And couldn't wait to see you more. Again, congratulations on such a fine season. Number 73, Casey Coe. Persistent player in the weight room, persistent player on the field. And it showed by the end of the season as he started offensive tackle for us the last 4 games. He is very eager to improve, always wanted the coach to let him know what he did wrong and what he has done right so he can get to be better. Things to improve on, leverage, working with the hands, just being a little bit more safe. Number 73, Jason. Number 75, Garrett White. Offensive, defensive starter for us on the line. Garrett also eager to improve, always looking for that extra edge to get better. What Garrett needs to improve on to be a thorn in opposing coach's sides next year is utilize what we as coaches see as the potential that he has. Just be that dominating player. I think he can do that. Hit the weight room and also hit the beach. Number 75. Number 78, Eli Blake. Eli is a very tenacious player on the field, and also applies that in the weight room. His work ethic. Unfortunately, he played by injuries. But his persistence did pay off for him since he got to the playoffs, some playing time, of course. And as a scout team player, working up to getting that playing time, he would create headaches. Coaches would always say, look how hard he's going. And some of the offensive linemen wouldn't appreciate it at all times, but it made us better. And that tenacity is huge. You have to keep that going with him.